It takes 9 months to have a baby, but to find infant care in Maine can take even longer.
I am looking for infant care.
That's why Jen Kellerman is calling childcare providers almost a year before she'll actually need it.
It takes a lot of work to just get anybody to call you back or to even just get them simply on a wait list. And then you feel in this really tough position. You feel like you're trying to get a job, like, pick me, don't you want my child?
We must get 1 to 3 phone calls a day, mostly looking for infant toddler care.
Look at that smile.
Catherine Morrill Day Nursery in Portland has a wait list of more than 4 dozen families vying for just 8 infant slots. Executive Director Lori Moses says parents are often taken by surprise when told how long the wait might be.
There are tears, there's panic, and people think they're being really proactive, and they say, I just found out I was pregnant and I'm looking for childcare now. It's like, well, if you had applied beforehand, that might work.
It was adding a lot of stress to my maternity leave to be like, what are we going to do? Like, what if we don't find anything? And I mean, you already have so much to worry about just taking care of a newborn. You feel like you settle, and you shouldn't have to settle for care for your child.
Julie Matei-Ben says she was on the wait list for more than a year before she got a spot at Catherine Morrill.
And when we finally get the call, I couldn't believe it. It was like, yes, we're in. It felt like we won the lottery.
What do you think of it?
With such high demand for infant care, you might wonder why Catherine Morrill or other child care providers don't just expand their programs.
It's expensive. It's expensive to offer because unless you have another way to pay for it, you have to charge parents an exorbitant amount to even break even.
Catherine Morrill charges $323 a week for infant care, but the true cost, Moses says, is closer to $450. It's more expensive than toddlers because babies require more intense care.
Look, are you being nice? Oh dear, Mommy warned us about your hair pulling.
In the infant room at Catherine Morrill, 2 teachers take care of 8 babies, a ratio that's required by state law.
Those 8 tuitions, wherever they come from, have to support 2 teachers, whereas in the preschool rooms, you can have like 15 to 18 tuitions supporting 2 teachers. You know what I mean? So that's one reason why it can be so expensive for this age group.
Those pre-K tuitions help defray the cost of infant care, but that kind of cost shifting doesn't work for many providers.
And if their budgets are tight, the first thing they're going to do, most likely, is lower the number of infants they're serving or not have any infants in their program at all.
And just as childcare programs struggle to cover the costs of infant care, many parents also struggle to make the weekly payments.
Daycare right now for Isaac takes about a third of what I make. And so if you do the math with the second one, that is challenging.
The average cost of infant care, if you're going to a child care center, is currently more than a Maine tuition.
I think it's outrageous that it's that expensive. I mean, I understand why, because you have extremely qualified people that take care of your kids all day. It's a lot of work.
Woke up at 6:30, you tired, Beavers?
I find it outrageous that there's not support from the state, from the country.
It's a model that this country is the only one that does it this way, that it relies on parents to fund a system.
One of the key things that we're going to really need in Maine if we're going to expand infant care is some type of public investment.
That public investment, says Tara Williams, wouldn't just benefit families.
I love you.
Having stable, safe, and quality care for young children is what allows young parents to go to work. And so for businesses in Maine, this is a really key part of having a stable workforce and of having their organizations and their businesses thrive.
Okay, well, I'll leave you my information anyway.
You're in this kind of weird position before they start public school where you have to, pay to essentially kind of keep your job.
It's a price Jen Kellerman is willing to pay. She just needs to find care for her baby.
I would say I think about it every day. I talk about it a lot with my coworkers and my colleagues and kind of what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
But she says she's still not sure what she'll do.
Thank you. So, another voicemail.
For Maine Public News, I'm Patty White.